Dear friends, welcome back to Automate with Rakesh. In this video, we are going to learn about a new automation using UiPath AI Center. In this automation, we are going to detect if a signature is a real one or if the signature is a fake one. This would be pretty interesting. First of all, before we get started and understand how this automation can be built, I am going to show you a demo. So here is the automation demo. I'm going to run this. Select the original signature. I'm going to click on my folder where I have kept my original signature. Then it is asking select the received signature. So that could be an original one, that also could be a fake one. So AI can detect it. I'm going to go to the folder, and in this folder I have kept one of them which I have signed, and there's another signature which is signed by one of my friend. So there are two signatures. So this one is a fake signature, the test 2, and this is the original signature which I have signed. It's not exactly the signature. I have simply written my first name and middle name, that's all. So here I'm going to select the test 1 which is actually signed by me. Now if I click on open, please wait, AI is analyzing the signature. And finally it gave me a message, the signature is original. So you can see how nicely it has detected, and it is also saying the match percentage is 99%. So the 99% it is a match, and that is actually right because I have signed it. Great. So I am going to click on OK. Now I also have another image or a signature which is imitated by one of my friend. So let me try to run that again. So I'll run the automation. I am first selecting my original signature so that the bot can compare, the AI can compare. This is the original one. And received signature, I'm going to select this time a fake one, which is not signed by me actually, test 2. And I'm going to hit on open. Please wait, AI is analyzing the signature, okay? Now it says the signature is fake. Wow, that's great. And it also tells me the match percentage is 75%. Now looking at this automation, you must be interested now how this can be built. I am telling you this is very easy to build, and all you have to do, simply continue with me till the end of this video. You will be able to build an automation by the end of this video. So why delay? Let's get started. Before we get started, it is important that you have already gone through the last two videos. In this video, UiPath AI Center Learn UiPath, this is for the beginner. So ensure this particular video you have already watched and you have understood how AI Center works. So let's get started. The very first step is to go to UiPath AI Center. And here I'm going to click on Create Project. Let's provide a name. I will say signature, verification, comparison, whatever you like to give, you can give a name. Project description also you can write. This is to verify if a signature is real or fake. And I'm going to click on create. Now the moment you come here, you can see your name, your email address, and you have created at so and so time, everything would appear here. Before we get into details, first of all, let's see the machine learning package that we have to utilize. So click on this machine learning package tab, and here you have something called out of the box packages. Click on this particular card. Inside this, you would find, if you scroll down, you would find something called UiPath image analysis. So I'm going to click on this particular card. And in this, in the previous video, we have learned how to use the image classification machine learning model. And in this one, I'm going to use the signature comparison model. There is also something called signature verifier. I'm not going to use this model. I'll be using the signature comparison model. So let me click on this. Now it is utmost important for you to understand this model. So you should read the description. You should read what kind of input it requires. You should also understand how the output will be shown to you. Let's read the description. The UiPath signature comparison model is used to determine the similarity between a pair of signature. So you would provide a pair of signature in which one of them will be an original signature, the other one it could be original or it could be a fake one, right? And suggest if the signatures are from the same author or not. Input description: a pair of signature images in a list. File formats accepted are PNG and JPEG. These are the only two file formats this machine learning model can accept. Output description. Similarly, it will provide a score between 0 to 1. From 0 to 1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.12. So you have seen those scores. How can you convert this scores? I shown you 99 percentage. I shown you 73, 70. So how that percentage I have calculated, that also I'm going to show you. And preliminary determination if the signatures are from the same author or different author. This is how the output would appear. I'm going to exactly show you the output and how we can work on the output. And the most important part here, not retrainable. So this model is already trained. You cannot train this model. So it is saying non-retrainable. Now, if you cannot train a model, that means you do not need data sets. You do not need pipelines because you are not going to run it. Now, at this point, if you're getting confused, what is a data set? What is a pipeline? This is where I told you to watch my video, the previous video, where I have created a video for beginners where I have explained all of these things. Okay, I expect that you have already watched them and now watching this video, and here I'm going to hit on submit. So what I have done, I went to ML packages once again. So here you go to, let me click something else. Go to ML packages, click on out of the box packages, and here you have something called UiPath image analysis. And inside that you have something called signature comparison. And here after reading all this, all I have to do, hit on submit. This is your step number 1 for this project. Let me hit on submit and you can provide a name. So I'll give the similar name, signature comparison machine learning package. And then the package version is grayed out because it is a not trainable one. Whatever is there currently available, the same thing will appear. If you are doing in the future, it might be a different version. So that's fine. Description, input description, output description, everything I will leave as it is, and I'm going to hit on submit. So what you have done now, you have selected a machine learning model, and the selected model will appear here, package version 4, this. So like that, the machine learning model will appear here. Okay, so let's go to the ML packages once again. And here in the drop down, if you scroll down, you will be able to find the ML package. So it is saying undeployed. That means you cannot still use it. It's undeployed. You have just selected it. Now to use it from this tab, I will directly come to the ML skills tab because I don't have to run it. I don't have to train it. If I have to train, then I'll be using the pipeline. Because I don't have to train, because this model is not retrainable, I'll click on ML skills. In the ML skills, all I will do, I'll click on create a new. Pretty simple. First we went to ML package, selected the package, and here we are coming to ML skills and going to click on create new. Here you have to type the name of ML skill. So what is a ML skill? ML skill is more like, let's say you have designed the project in UiPath Studio. Now you are uploading it to Orchestrator so that you can use it. It's more like that. You have selected the automation, which one to use, and now you are trying to publish it so that you can use it in your elsewhere, right? So that's all the ML skill. ML skill like publishing it, like you publish your automation from Studio to Orchestrator. It is more like that. So here I'll be providing a name. I will say signature machine learning skill. or I will say signature comparison verification, whatever you like, ML skill. Choose the package. So just now we have selected the package, the name will appear here. I will select that. Choose the package major version, which will be 4, whatever is available on the top. Okay, so here I will select 0. Skill description, I'll leave it as it is. And here, none of this I'm going to enable. I'll just leave everything as it is by default. And I'm going to click on create. So what would happen by this? The package that I have selected now will get published. ML skill creator request accepted. So it's not actually getting published to orchestrator or anything as such. It will be there in the AI center. But once it is published, I will be able to use this ML skill wherever I need. I can use this ML skill wherever I need. Within the UiPath Studio, I can use. Outside of UiPath Studio, using the endpoint, I can use. So you are making this ML skill available outside of AI Center, publishing it. Okay. So here, if you see, the ML skill has now in a state called deploying. It will take some time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depends based on the how heavy the ML skill is. So let's wait for few minutes here. After some time, I'm going to hit on refresh just to see whether it is available or not. So now you can see this particular skill is now available. So once it is available, I can easily use on UiPath Studio. So very first step of you selecting the machine learning package and then creating a ML skill and deploying that and waiting for available is done. Now we have to move to UiPath Studio for rest of the automation development. Now I am on my studio. I need to ensure that studio is connected to the tenant. You see a green symbol under my studio, and it should be all you need to ensure it is connected. Now the very first thing that you need, there are two things required for this automation. There are two packages that are required. The package names are, you need the UiPath ML.service activities and you need UiPath.web API activities. For this automation, these are the two important ones. Once again, UiPath ML service.activities and web API.activities. If in case you do not have, go to manage packages and install them. So once this is done, next is I'm going to build a sequence and I'm going to name it as signature comparison ML or signature comparison AI. I'll give a name and click on create a new sequence. Okay, so the sequence is ready. Now the very first thing, you have to tell your automation where your files are. It could be any source. In this case, the source is my local drive where I am storing these files. So I have created a simple folder called signature comparison, and inside this folder I have kept two different folders inside this. So one is original signature, the other one is received signature. Okay, original signature and received signature. Now if I go to original signature, I have this first signature, and which is the original one. And if you go to received signature, for test purpose I have kept two images here. One is received test 1, which is the original one, and received test 2, which is a duplicate one. This thing you can easily do it on your own by writing on a paper and ask somebody else to imitate your signature. It's not the, do not write your original signature, maybe just your name or something, right, which is not your actual signature, for testing purpose. So I've done that, and this my friend has written the signature by looking at my original signature, but that is again a fake signature. So let's see how this will be built. I'll go back to Studio, and here the very first thing, I will have a message box, and here I will write a simple message and say select the original signature. That's the first message, and after this let me use the next activity, which will be browse for file and folder. I'll go with file. So here in this one, I would be selecting custom. And here you have to apply certain filters. One need to learn how to apply filters. Okay, I'll show you. So this is the browse for files. I'll right click on this and go to help. So it will open the documentation around this. And if you scroll down this documentation, here they have given you how you should write. If you are going for a custom, see png slash star dot png, this is how you have to write. Because our ML package accepts PNG and JPEG. These are the two different formats that it accepts. So I'm going back to the signature comparison machine learning package, and here what they have mentioned, PNG and JPEG. These are the two file format this machine learning model accepts the input file format. Coming back to the studio, how would I write this? So first thing I will say images, and I'll use a pipe symbol which is there in the forward slash above the enter key, right? So there is a pipe symbol, and then I'm going to use star dot png, and then I'm going to use a semicolon, and here I'm going to say space and I will write star dot jpeg. This is how you would be writing it. Now after it selects the file, which variable you would like to keep it, so create a variable and I would say original signature path, enter. Okay, so you have created a variable. Now the first thing, if you would like to really test how it is really storing the value in the original signature path, let's see it. I'm simply using a write line activity and I'm going to select the variable. So first run this and see how it is selecting the file. All right, so now it is asking select the original signature. I'll say click OK, and then let me select my original signature. So if you go to the output panel, you can see it has tracked the exact path here, the exact location where I am keeping my file, right? So it has tracked that particular entire path. Simple. Now you have understood how this thing is working. So I'm going to delete the write line. This is not required. Now I'm going to copy both of these activities, copy, and I'm going to paste. So here, the second one, I would say select test signature, the one you would like to test it. Save it. And here the everything remains same. Only thing, the variable I need to change. So I'll say Control K and I will say test signature file path. Enter. All right. So this time when this window will show you select the test signature, then you would select the test signature that will get stored here. Now once this is done, next comes you have to use an activity, the ML activity. So the name of the activity is ML skills. So if you simply type ML skill, and this activity is part of what? UiPath.ml services.activities. So let's have this activity here. ML skill, and I'm going to click on it. So I got the ML skill activity. So here there are two connection time. I will go with the robot connection. For that, your UiPath Studio should be connected to the orchestrator or the tenant where you have AI Center. Okay, so now it is connected. Then if it is connected, it will automatically show you different ML skills that you might have created. So just now we have created a signature comparison ML skill. I'm going to select the ML skill. Pretty simple. And here it asks, okay, give me the input. So this is the input you have to provide, item, and then it will give you a response. So how the input should be provided, we have to know. So before this ML activity, I'm going to use a assign activity. And in the assign activity, I'll create a variable called ML input. what is that? ML input. So once I've created the variable, how that input would go in a proper format, I will show you. So let me click on this, open the expression editor, and let me write. So the very first thing is your original signature path plus, all you have to do, provide a comma. This is how you have to supply the input to the machine learning model. And then you have to pass the test signature file path. Pretty simple. Now let's click on save. Now ML input has that path, and here in the ML skill activity, you simply pass that under the item. Okay, so here I'm saying ML input. I'm going to pass it. Now once you pass it, it is going to produce an output. Let's create a variable saying JSON response. Okay, or the ML JSON response. You can create a proper variable name. Now once you have the ML JSON response, next activity that you need to read what response we have received is called deserialize JSON. Deserialize JSON activity. Now this activity, for this activity, you need to install UiPath.WebAPI.activities package. If you do not have this package, then you will not be able to see this activity. So ensure this particular package is installed, UiPath.WebAPI.activities. Now here I am going to pass the JSON response that we have received from the ML JSON response, right? So I'm going to select that. And after you pass it, it is going to produce the output, and we will name it as ML JSON object. So what is the JSON object and JSON response? Let's see it. Now for this, what you can do, you can apply a breakpoint here, and I am going to simply run this. Okay, save it, and I'm going to debug it. Okay, so as per your activities that you have kept, the very first activities, it is saying select the original signature. Okay, and is going to point this one. I'm going to select my original signature. Very good. Next, select the test signature. It is asking the next activity. Select the test signature. Okay. So let me go to received signature, and here I'm going to select the test signature. Done. Now, next thing, what would happen? Everything will be passed to the ML skill. So you can see the ML skill has worked, and then it came to this activity where I have applied a breakpoint. Now, if you see what kind of a JSON response we have got. So if you see here in the immediate panel, here you can see the JSON response. In case you do not see, all you simply do is simply type it. JSON response, that variable name you type, ML JSON response. Okay. So if you type this, it will show you, okay, this is the output which I have got. Let me copy it to a notepad. Okay, so this is how it gave you the output. So in this output, what exactly do you see? It says is same author. So there is a key called is same author. The value of this one is true. And here it is giving you a score. The score is 0.985872. This is the exact score it is giving you. Now, using this response that we have got from the ML, we have to customize it so that we can show it properly to the end user. So how will I do it? Let me show you. So here, let me stop this. I have deserialized the JSON object. Let me remove the breakpoint. Okay, the JSON object is the variable which holds it. Now, how do I print it? Now for this, I'll use a if activity. And here, using the JSON object which holds that entire string, so I'm going to use this JSON object here and write an expression. So what is the expression I will write? ML JSON object, right? And inside this, I will pass that key that I've copied to my notepad. So what is the key? The key is this, is same author. I'll come here and is same author. So here this same author, it will give you a Boolean value. true or false. So using this boolean value, I'll say if emergence is dot same author dot toString equals to true. This is the condition I'm writing. Okay, if the value is equals to true, then I want you to show a message. What message? That the author, or I will say the signature, is from the, or I'll say the signature is real. Okay, this is the message I would like to pass. And after that, I would like to pass the score also. So how do you pass the score? I will say plus environment dot new line, use a plus sign, and here I will pass the score. Now to pass the score, you must be aware of that key. So it is there. You have. That's why I said copy that to a notepad. Now in the notepad, what is the key? The similarity. This is the key. Do you see which is there in the double quote? So this is the key. So I'll use this key similarity. Okay, the same way you have to do JSON what was that? ML, right? What is the variable? ML JSON object, and in the bracket I'm going to pass this particular key. Okay, now this key will give you that entire output. What is the output in the notepad you have seen? Let me bring my notepad. So this is how the output is coming, 0.9 dot. Now if I multiply this to 100, it will give me 98 point, all this it will give. Okay, so let's write a bit small code. What I will do, I'll first convert this value to double. Okay, double. And then I'm going to multiply this with 100. Okay, multiply this by 100. So converted this value and then multiplying it with 100. Now what I will do, I'll use another math function called math.round and put the parenthesis around them. And here whatever the value is coming, I want to have up to 0 decimal. That means only the without decimal I want. So I'm putting a 0 there. That's all. So once I write this, then entire thing I'll convert this to toString dot toString. Done. Look at the code once again. I'll make it slightly smaller. The signature is real, environment.newline. Under that, it will print mat.round, convert to double. This value I'm converting to double and then multiplying that with 100 and doing a round function with value 0. That means only 98%, 93% like that will show the output. Done. Now let's copy this. We would need this entire thing once again. So save it. So when it is successful, this is how the message would appear. If the author is not the same, if it is a fake one, so what message would you like to pass? Probably you can copy the same message box in the else section and slightly change here. So here you will say the signature is fake instead of real. That's all. The rest of the formulas would be the same. Done. Now let's apply this and see how the output is coming. Let me run it. Okay. Now one by one everything will run. So what is the first one? It is saying select the original signature. The very first activity. Now let me select the original one. Okay. Now select the test signature. I'm going to select the original signature, the test signature. Okay. Now the ML skill will run. It is running. And finally, it gives me a message box. The signature is real, percentage is 99. So here we could do a bit of customization in the message box. What is that? Here we can say new line, and here I'll say in double quote matching score colon, put a plus sign, just a simple word, right? So that it gives that proper one. And at the end you can add a percentage symbol. Okay. percentage symbol. Now let me copy this code, go here, paste it. This is for the fake one, right? So yeah, done. Now you saw everything is done perfectly. Now let's run it again. So this could be more realistic projects you can implement wherever needed, or this could be a mini project even for students who would like to show the AI capabilities. So select the original signature. Let me do it once again, and this time I'm going to supply the fake signature for testing. So now I'm selecting the fake signature. Okay. Okay, now the ML skill is working. Now you can see the message now looks more proper. The signature is fake, matching score is 75%. Getting it? So this thing you can test it, see how it is behaving for you for different kind of signature, handwritten signatures, how it is really behaving. So there is not 100% guarantee that it will always select 100% right. Sometimes it can be inaccurate. So anything which is becoming little less, you probably would like to bring a human being to validate manually and probably determine. Okay, so like that, this could be a real implementation of this can be done wherever required. So thank you guys. I hope you have built this project by looking at this entire explanation. If you have done so, if you are watching this video till the end, please do comment that you have completed this particular topic. This will be pretty helpful for me to know that people are really watching and showing interest to learn everything in detail. So please do type a comment that you have completed. Thank you guys. We are going to meet once again in our next content. Till then, take care.